Crypto Kids, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be extremely exciting because Bitcoin is bull flagging, but we need to be very careful of not getting trapped. So in today's video, I'm going to be opening a trade, but again, we need to be very careful with this one. Now, the second most important thing is that VanEck, which is one of the biggest ETF companies alongside BlackRock and of course Fidelity, they've published this report, which is extremely bullish on Bitcoin, and a lot of their predictions make a lot of sense. So we will be going a little bit of a deep dive into this report as well. So for coin, as I mentioned, is bull flagging, and I do want to kind of trade a particular breakout. Now we got to remember Bitcoin has been going up for 8 consecutive candles on the weekly time frame, and it's likely that 43,200 is going to be a level of resistance that may cause a little bit of a retracement on the upcoming candle. Now usually with if we jump onto the monthly time frame here, after every massive pump and beginning of a bull market, we usually do tend to see some drawbacks towards the downside. So like over here, we saw around of a 75% drop, which is normal, right? Bitcoin has these drops, Bitcoin has these pumps, and they're healthy because it allows us to continue pumping further. Like over here as well, after a massive pump, we dropped down by 93%, right? So these are healthy pumps and drops. These retracements are necessary, and I think this level would be a good one. And if we did so, again, it would just allow us to maybe even consolidate a little bit and then continue towards the upside, of course, coming towards the halving. So we do got to be very careful with this bull flag here, and it is possible that Bitcoin does form a double top on the 4-hourly time frame. So if we do see a confirmation here on the 4-hourly candle above this line of resistance, I'm going to open a trade. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a conditional order so that the trigger price is met if we continue breaking up above, let's say, 44,000. So $44,100, I'm going to put a trade in right now. So I'm going to make sure to risk manage this well, because it is, again, there is a chance that we form a double top. So this is a bit of a risky one, which is why my leverage is going to be very, very low. And I'm going to only do a 5x leverage, so that, again, as I said, we're accounting for a risk and the possibility that Bitcoin dumps back towards the downside. So at $44,100, I'm going to be opening a trade with an amount of USDT. So let's put like $500. I don't want to do too crazy, not $5,000, $500. And my take profit and stop loss are going to be the following. So as I mentioned on my previous videos, I think that $47,000 is the next level of critical level of resistance. So if we continue pumping, I think 47K will be the point where we see a drawdown. If not, and we see resistance at this line, then of course we can dump back to even all the way to $36,000 would be healthy. So yes, we are opening a conditional long order. However, if we see a dump towards the downside, I may be going into a short if we break this neckline right there at $42,800. So let's see about that. Maybe I'll talk about the short position in the upcoming video. So make sure to turn on the notification bell to not miss any of our updates. So that's going to give us an order value of about $2,500. So nothing too massive. Again, low leverage, giving us a very low, a very good liquidation level at $35,000. So I'm going to press confirm here, and my conditional order should pop up, and let's see what happens with that. I'll update you guys on my free Telegram channel. Now, by the way, with Bitflex, there's something very cool going on. I just want to mention it very quickly before we jump into the VanEck article. So if you go to activity here, and you can go to Rewards Hub, which is new, it's completely brand new, and now they have a system where you can collect flex points. I just collected my daily flex points, and you can literally get iPhones to PlayStations with these flex points. So they're amazing. And if I go here, you've got weekly challenges, you've got missions. I've completed a lot of the trading ones in the mission section with the derivatives trading. So if you have a good volume, of course, you'll get more flex points. And what you can then do is go to the flex shop and the vouchers shop. So the flex shop is where you can get like materialistic goods such as iPhones and MacBooks. So if I press redeem now, I can actually redeem, I believe, my vouchers or flex points even to get Xboxes, Rimowa bags. So pretty cool indeed. And if I'm a trader, if I'm just focused on my trading, then what I can do is I can go to the vouchers shop and select like 5 USDT trading view vouchers. I can get rebates and multipliers. So pretty cool. And if you want to try this out, you can sign up to Bitflex using a link in the description below. And yeah, maybe you can win a cool holidays gift for Christmas. So that'd be pretty cool if you are a big volume trader. So make sure to sign up using a link in the description below. So now that our trade is set, I think we can can go on and analyze a little bit of the report that's going on. As I mentioned, if we do end up forming a double top and Bitcoin doesn't continue pumping, I will switch this long conditional order into a short. So make sure to stay tuned on the channel for that. I will update you once again. Now let's go into the Brave browser and have a look at this. So this is extremely important. And guys, apologies for the voice. I am a little bit sick, unfortunately, but hopefully I should be better soon. So look, what it's saying is, in summary, everybody's saying that the current recession is having a soft landing. That's what everyone in the media is saying. And that's what usually happens before a recession. Everybody calls it a soft landing. We know the situation with the dollar. We know the situation with the amount of debt. There is tens of trillions of dollars in debt, and that's just not sustainable. At one point, it's going to implode on itself. And you know, it's the current situation shows a strong demand for hard money, such as gold and, well, it says characteristics shared by also Bitcoin. We've seen gold make an all-time high very recently on the price. So after the ETF is actually approved, they're expecting 2.4 billion into the newly approved US spot Bitcoin ETFs. Now, this may sound very little because there's been crazy numbers flying around, but I believe this is the most realistic one because they're actually comparing it with the gold ETF, which we've mentioned multiple times on this channel, which was, you know, driven by the BlackRock SPDR gold shares ETF, and that caused gold to have an astronomical increase in value. So apparently the SPDR, according to this article, saw inflows of around 1 billion in a few days of launch. So nothing astronomical, nothing in the hundreds of billions of dollars. So it will take time, but apparently it was enough. It was enough for the price of gold to be driven towards the upside. So they're giving a couple of predictions saying 750 million within the first quarter. However, that was an era of higher interest rates and far lower money supply. Of course, now that's a bit different. And if the interest rates actually do end up going down next year, starting from March onwards, then that would be an additional factor that people can actually spend money on Bitcoin. Assets like Bitcoin, the stock market would rally. So that's not a bad sign whatsoever. And as such, we believe it is logical to apply that ratio 3.2x to the possible inflows, given all of this new data with different interest rates, etc. That, you know, the first quarter can see an inflow of around $2.4 billion, and expect 2024 to be a peak year of voter understanding of debt-driven money printing. Now, if the Republicans go in, right, if Trump wins, then of course, we have much more of a capitalist environment that can also funnel Bitcoin, push Bitcoin towards the upside. The only issue is that when the halving comes around in about, let's see what CryptoKit.com says, in 160 days, well, a lot of miners are going to be not profitable, and a lot of these non-profitable miners are going to have to sell their Bitcoin and now capitalize on those profits because of energy prices being very high. They're not going to be able to actually make profits from the mining. So they will most likely sell their Bitcoin to the market, and that will probably cause Bitcoin to see a little bit of a retracement from the $48,000, $47,000 area, which of course, if we jump into the chart, I can show a bit more clearly. So if I go to TradingView here, we can see that the head and shoulders it's talking about on the report itself is referring to this one. And actually, if you go to my first video ever, I discussed about this head and shoulder pattern, and I discussed that Bitcoin can see a massive drop. So if you are a day one watcher of the channel, which I'm not sure if any of you are, I hope someone is out there watching it since day one, then you would have actually shorted this head and shoulders pattern perfectly. So massive congrats back to the day ones in December of 2021. So yeah, 47, 48 key is very strong. That's why if this bull flag breaks out, then there is a chance we head up there. But that's pretty much it. I mean, this VanEck article is incredibly bullish, and it talks about the cycle peaks too, but this is very important as well. So if the Bitcoin price will reach an all-time high on November the 9th, exactly 3 years to the day from its last all-time high, and it's also saying that recall that Bitcoin's breakout in November of 2020 also came exactly 3 years to the day from its November 2017 top, which is very interesting. Again, history likes to repeat itself, and this may be the case where it exactly repeats it, and we see a top and all-time high exactly 3 years from the previous one. Now, if Bitcoin reaches 100K by December, which is, let's see what happens next year, December, of course, it's talking about, we may make a long shot call that Satoshi Nakamoto becomes the Times Magazine's Man of the Year. And who knows, maybe he'll reveal himself at Bitcoin 100K. And this is looking at the past cycle. So these are estimates. Now that Bitcoin kind of reduces its gain every single cycle, now we may see a flip towards the upside. So yes, every single cycle, Bitcoin diminishes in returns, but now we may see an increase on those returns starting from this cycle onwards. But ladies and gents, that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a beautiful holidays. My school just ended, so I have 3 weeks off. So expect a lot of content coming your way. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one very soon. Take care, guys, and bye-bye.